An obstacle I've been experiencing in Japan is that if you don't speak English, it's going to be a difficult trip for you because most people here, although they can understand some English, they do not speak back to you just nearly as much. Maybe perhaps they'll pull out a Google Translate and help you. They are very helpful people and friendly in that manner. However, the fact that you start speaking English in the first place is going to create some kind of barrier between you and the person you're speaking to. So if you're out here trying to buy something or have certain services or even making new friends, it's going to be very difficult unless you speak some Japanese. So if you can, before you get out here, try to learn some Japanese. It's going to help you go a long way. During your trip, it's going to be much more comfortable, and perhaps you'll make some mistakes. You have an accent and they'll know that you're not Japanese. However, they'll welcome you a little bit more. But in general, I do find that Japanese people are quite welcoming. They can be shy and reserved sometimes, but in terms of discrimination, there is not that much here. And the third thing is very specific to me. In general though, I find that the Japanese people are very welcoming. They try to help whenever they can. Sometimes they may seem shy or reserved, but it's just in their nature. They're not trying to be mean or anything like that. The third obstacle is kind of specific to me, which is you're not able to film very comfortably when you're in Japan. I find that there's some establishment to go into, they'll bring a sign or they'll bring Google Translate that says, hey, I'm sorry, you cannot film in here, or you cannot film when there's other customers in the restaurant, or even sometimes you have it on yourself, like just at your face, they'll still ask you to turn off the camera. So I heard there's a guy named Johnny Somali or something like that, and he ruined it for all the streamers and basically content creator in Japan. The fact that he was very rude and inconsiderate with the way he was filming a couple of years ago, and he created this really nasty rampage here in Tokyo and all over Japan, I think. And for that reason, now there are new laws that prohibit people from filming and interrupting with the locals' business and their lives. So when you're filming, people kind of don't like it and they look down on it, even though it's not heavily enforced. But sometimes even when you're filming just around the neighborhood, people kind of look and they shy away. So specific for me, that is a weakness because I like to film everywhere I go. I want to create content for you guys, share some ideas and tips, but also to create memories for myself. So the fact that I cannot film quite comfortably is a big downfall for me in terms of visiting Tokyo, Japan. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the 3 things that I actually love about Japan. First of all, it's so beautiful. Everything around here is immaculate. Even though it's new or old, they take really good care of it and they make sure to always look presentable. Everything that they do. Sometimes on the street, they will have little shrubs and decorations, and they're very artistic actually. Sometimes you look at the infrastructure and you see that there's art all over it, and the people here take great care of everything around them. They try to look presentable and clean. And you guys would know that because in any country, if you go to a Japanese restaurant, everything is very proper and neat and tidy and very beautiful looking, presentable for the clients. And this reflects the city and the country itself. When you walk around and look at the road, the tree, the sidewalk, everything looks incredible. And that's one of the things that I can relate to Singapore, which is the feel of Japan looks very much like Singapore in that it looks very modern and everything is very sparkling, clean and proper. I like that, and it's very refreshing, especially coming from some countries that has like garbage, or maybe it's like smelly sewage and people just throw trash all over the place. You definitely don't see that here. Even though there are not that many garbage bins, people don't litter that much. They leave the garbage inside their bag or pocket and they dispose of it later. The second thing I really love about Japan is getting around is so easy. Yes, it can get confusing with all the train lines, but no matter where you want to go, there's always a train that gets you there, and it's very cheap and fast. And Japanese people like to be punctual, so the trains are always on time. So when you get in, you pay $1 or $2 and it'll take you anywhere pretty much around the city. And that's the one thing I love about being in Japan, is accessing the train and getting around. But be sure to get home early because I think the last train runs at 11:30 or midnight. and then it stops until morning around 5 a.m. And the third thing I love about Japan is the food here. It's so delicious and so abundant. Anytime I walk outside, especially here in central Tokyo, I can find great food. And it's really good because there's a lot of variety of food. You get anything from ramen to sushi, yakitori. Aside from Japanese food, you can also get like food from other countries, from the Middle East, other Asian cities and countries, as well as European food. So if you guys are in Japan, you don't have to worry about going hungry because the food here is delicious and there's so much restaurants and cafes and even street food. You walk around in the central area like this, you're good to go. If you guys are coming to Japan, I would suggest you to live in Shibuya or Shinjuku. Those are the best two locations to live with accessibility to all the activities as well as food. If you're hungry or other activities, whenever you're bored, you can go outside and it's right in front of your doorstep. All right, guys, so those are the three things that I absolutely love about Japan, which is great food, the system for the train is very fluid and you can go anywhere you want, it's cheap, and the beautiful, as you can see, is so clean and beautiful with a lot of greenery. Welcome to Akhihabara. This is the toy shop right in the center of the anime district in Tokyo, Japan. Look at this, all types of toys. I think this is a used shop, so it's like second or third hand, and you can buy as well as resell your toys here. So many variation of toys, like for example this one is $25 Canadian for this sword. This one is $35 for the Gundam. Lots of people are purchasing here, and it's not just children, actually it's a lot of adults. And down here you got like a whole binder of cards from all sorts of anime. It's only 9 yen. These are really cheap. So it's like not even 10 cents per card. 6 cents per card. Cool, right? And there's so many of them. Even holographic cards. And mini posters. Dragon Ball Z. This is an old game machine. No longer working. But it's cool. I wonder how it worked before. You mint a card or something, or you buy a card. This whole place here has multiple stories, so let's go and check out what the other stories has in store. See, a lot of people do choose to use the stairs because it takes very long for the elevator to come, to be honest. So it's easier just to climb the stairs up and down. So every floor has a different theme. This one is like DVD and movies. Got Street Fighter, Capcom, got Mega Man, a lot of old video games. Look at that. Wow, so many games, countless. This is an old Kirby game. So that's how simple Kirby used to look. It actually looked pretty ugly back then compared to now. It's much cuter. Yeah, there's all sorts of gameplay here. These movies or games? Interesting.
The main ones that look too underrated.
Oh, look what we got here. Gotta turn the camera off for this one, guys. Just kidding, it's not that bad actually. It's got some comics and stuff like that. Maybe violence. By it being rainy and a weekday, there's a lot of people out here. And this is the store where they have a lot of toys, comic book, action figures, and some of them are secondhand, some of them are brand new. You can just join the stream of people and walk around, see what Japan has to offer. Always remember to bring an umbrella, or you can always purchase one at the local convenience store. And this is the maid. She works for a maid cafe, and she invites customer in to kind of have some food, a drink, and then all the maids comes and serve you. And the price would range depending where you go, anywhere from like $20 to even $50, $60. Japanese people do love riding their bike around. It's a very traditional thing to do. And of course the cars here, no matter how many people are walking around or standing on the road, they never seem to honk. They respect space and the noise level here. Looks like there's a lot of things happening on the other side of the road. So we'll cross over and go in one of those. A lot of maid here inviting customer because there's a lot of people walking on the main road. It's really pouring down right now, so we're gonna try to head across the road and maybe find a place to eat or play some video games inside and hide out from the rain. One thing I love about Japan is there's always things to do, and in different areas it's like a different downtown. Within a few minute ride you can find another area with fun stuff to do. So if you're staying around this area here and take the Yokomoto line, you can access a lot of fun spots. So once you got your items, just scan them right here and it will go through, and you just put your cash or your coin inside the machine. I love these machines. You just put the coin in and then it will just count for you. So any loose change you have, you just deposit in here. It's very convenient.